Welcome back. And ahead of the festive season, in a development that is likely to come as a relief for those looking to buy gold, the gold prices have fallen. After hitting record all-time highs of 28,750 rupees for 10 grams last night, the gold prices have tumbled lower to 27,189 rupees for 10 grams. Now, this fall means that it has fallen by over 1,500 rupees. Now, experts pointed out that as the world stock markets gained in momentum today, the gold prices started to fall. In other updates now, TVS Motor Company, the country's third largest two-wheeler manufacturer, has entered into a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU with HDFC Bank. Now, this is of course for inventory funding for its dealers at attractive interest rates. Now, the agreement has features such as online fund transfers, online repayment, real-time viewing of account status, etc., and considerably reduces transaction time. As a part of this arrangement, HDFC will provide funding to over 600 dealers of TVS Motor Company across the country. Now, this will enable them to increase their working capital, boost vehicle stocks, and consequently enhance retail sales. Now, the horrors of the 2008 crisis in the job market are only too recent and painful to be forgotten. But as the world looks on at uncertain economic times, is the job market bullish or bearish? Experts are divided. Let's take a look.
One of the West's most successful economies, Germany, grew in the April to June quarter at an excruciatingly slow pace of 0.1%. In the same time frame, India surged by 7.7%. Impressive as it may seem, the underlying sentiments reveal a very different and ominous picture for job seekers.
There are certain industries where they are directly in touch with international export imports and growth, and where there is a foreign investment coming in. There will be a little stagnation in terms of growth parameters, and therefore they would look at it, the recruitment to be done or not to done, or whether it can be stalled.
We are all become cautious now. I mean, we take a very cautious approach, a calculated approach in terms of what is happening around globally. There are a lot of jitters, as you said.
Analysts say job seekers may be in for some turbulence, and the global economic concerns could hurt job prospects. RBI, with the aim of tackling inflation, has hiked key lending rates, which essentially means that loans are getting more expensive. With increasing costs of credit demand and investment, the two growth triggers have fallen. In fact, corporate investments from April to June of 2011 have fallen by 35% when compared to the same period last year. Falling profitability could also lead to corporates thinking twice before hiring in a big way. From April to June, the profitability of India Incorporated was only 15%, although expectations were of a robust 17%. Meanwhile, global concerns continue to have a bearing on corporate sentiments, and importantly, the biggest yet the most nervous economy of US appears to have floundered in its approach. Paul Krugman argues that US has misplaced priorities by not tackling issues of unemployment. And as unemployment rate in the US is not expected to come below 6% before 2017, it is not a rosy picture at all. Importantly, the pressure is already being felt with hiring in the IT sector coming down by 49% in August. Educationists too are sounding cautious.
The answer is in the interim, yes, this year we are going to have some dip in the employability as well as employment opportunities. Definitely yes. And the reason that is going to happening is because the United States sort of gloom and doom.
However, it's not all doom and gloom. Research papers released by Naukri.com and the Manpower Employment Outlook Survey India have predicted healthy growth in hiring in this financial year. And sections within India Incorporated also shared the optimism.
There could be a small blip, or there could be a little lowering of a sentiment for a while. But I think job market is here to stay and continue to be buoyant. And as somebody has rightly said, the strength of our country is that.
Experts say that the lean period could be utilized to nurture skills and competencies. The bull run could not be too far away. In Chennai with Ashmat Kumar, this is Dipti Kumar for NDTV Hindu.
Well, finally, Chennai too has got its own International Tennis Federation's Level 4 tennis tournament after 3 years of lobbying. Now, the city-based Triangle Tennis Trust has got the go-ahead to hold the annual tournament under Level 4 category, up from current Level 5. So how is this important? Our reporter Sudarshan tells us. It's a smasher of a move. Now that Chennai is hosting the ITF Level 4 tournament for boys and girls, it's huge news for many budding players because now they can pick up more ITF points.
If you have a great game, it's very easy to get into the ITF rankings, but if you're just a normal player, it's very difficult. You take at least 6 months to get into, because for 2 years you at least need 2 years for the ITF tournaments. You need to play for 2 years and then only you can get into WTA.
Now what the situation is like, when you get these points, you get seedings in those tournaments also. So it's very useful.
And the upgradation has already attracted more seeded players from both India and abroad to this tournament.
Grade 4 as compared to Grade 5 gives higher points for the winners and for the players in the other rounds, which means that it attracts much better talent and more players from overseas. So this year we have about 15 players from other countries. So an event with more players from outside India is more attractive to the sponsors and also to the spectators.
But experts say to make it a game, set and match for themselves, these young players should carry the same momentum later on.
They have to start playing the men's tournaments when they are 16 and 17 because side by side they gain the experience. In fact, if you know that Becker won Wimbledon at 17, so many players are already high up on the ATP ranking list at the age of 18 and 19, like I think the Ryan Harrison in US now and so many other players.
We still have only Somdev, Lee, Bhupati and Bopanna representing India at Wimbledon, US, French and Australian Open. For more names to go up there, our players should turn pro at a much earlier age. In Chennai, with Sudarshan, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu. Well, that's it from me now. I'll be back in just a few minutes with lots more news and updates. Keep watching NDTV Hindu.